Whose side is South Africa on, Russia or Ukraine? South Africa's Home Affairs Minister, Schreiber, has sparked controversy by granting visa-free access to Ukrainian diplomats, officials, and service members. This bold move raises questions about South Africa's true loyalties in the ongoing conflict. Is the nation's unity at risk? Are we on the brink of witnessing a major political divide? Let's find out. Since the formation of the Government of National Unity (GNU) after the recent elections, South Africa's political landscape has been characterized by deep ideological differences between the Democratic Alliance (DA) and the African National Congress (ANC). While the GNU was intended to stabilize the country by bridging the divide between South Africa's two largest parties, it has instead exposed significant rifts, particularly over foreign policy. At the heart of this conflict is the DA's role in key governmental departments, including Home Affairs, a position that has allowed the DA to influence policies in ways that directly conflict with the ANC's traditional positions. Schreiber, the DA's Home Affairs Minister, has used his post to introduce visa-free access for Ukrainian diplomats, a decision that has shaken the unity of the coalition. The ANC, historically aligned with Russia due to the former Soviet Union's support during the anti-apartheid struggle, views Schreiber's move as a betrayal of South Africa's long-standing foreign policy. This tension was already evident during the recent BRICS summit, where President Cyril Ramaphosa praised Russia and Vladimir Putin as strategic allies, a sentiment that directly conflicts with the DA's pro-Western stance. John Steenhuisen, leader of the DA, publicly distanced his party from Ramaphosa's comments, condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine and emphasizing the DA's alignment with Western democratic values. This discord within the GNU has raised doubts about the coalition's stability. As foreign policy increasingly becomes a flashpoint between the DA and ANC, the internal cohesion of the government is under threat. Schreiber's visa-free decision is just the latest example of how the DA's push for closer ties with Western-aligned nations, particularly Ukraine, is clashing with the ANC's commitment to BRICS and Russia. Schreiber's decision has not only deepened divisions within the GNU, but also raised critical questions about South Africa's foreign policy direction. So, how will this move affect South Africa's standing within the BRICS alliance and its historical relationship with Russia? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Let's continue now. The decision to grant visa-free access to Ukrainian diplomats is one of the most significant foreign policy moves made by the DA since it took control of the Home Affairs Ministry. Schreiber, defending the decision, emphasized that it was made to recognize Ukraine's contributions to the fall of apartheid and to align South Africa more closely with nations that value democracy and human rights. However, this decision has sparked a fierce backlash from within the GNU, particularly from the ANC, which sees the move as undermining South Africa's long-standing ties with Russia. President Cyril Ramaphosa's office was quick to respond, challenging Schreiber's authority to make such a significant decision without presidential approval. Ramaphosa's office stressed that decisions regarding foreign relations and visa policies, particularly those that affect South Africa's alignment on the global stage, require the direct approval of the president. This response signals a growing power struggle between the DA and ANC over who controls South Africa's foreign policy. For the ANC, Schreiber's move represents a significant departure from South Africa's historical foreign policy. Throughout the anti-apartheid struggle, Russia, then the Soviet Union, provided vital support to the ANC, and these historical ties have continued to shape South Africa's foreign alliances. By aligning more closely with Ukraine, a country at odds with Russia, Schreiber has directly challenged this legacy. The DA, however, sees this as an opportunity to modernize South Africa's foreign policy, distancing itself from authoritarian regimes like Russia and embracing a pro-Western stance. John Steenhuisen, leader of the DA, has argued that South Africa's close ties with Russia could damage its international standing, particularly as Western nations, which represent key trading partners, continue to sanction Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. Schreiber's decision reflects a broader ideological split within the GNU. The DA's desire to forge closer ties with Western nations and distance South Africa from Russia, versus the ANC's commitment to its historical alliances with BRICS. This foreign policy division threatens the stability of the coalition government, as both parties refuse to back down from their respective positions. With the ANC reeling from Schreiber's bold move, attention has turned to how this will affect South Africa's relationship with Russia and BRICS, and its positioning within the global geopolitical landscape. For the ANC, Schreiber's visa-free decision is seen as a direct affront to South Africa's alliance with Russia and its broader relationship with BRICS. During the recent BRICS summit, President Cyril Ramaphosa made it clear that Russia remains a key ally of South Africa, emphasizing the historical ties between the two nations dating back to the anti-apartheid struggle. Ramaphosa's public endorsement of Vladimir Putin as a valuable ally reflects the ANC's commitment to the BRICS bloc, a coalition of emerging economies that includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The ANC has long championed BRICS as a counterbalance to Western economic dominance, and the bloc's strategic importance has grown as it seeks to challenge the US dollar's dominance in global trade. Schreiber's move to grant visa-free access to Ukrainian diplomats directly contradicts this stance, aligning South Africa more closely with the West and distancing it from Russia. The ANC views this as a betrayal of South Africa's historical alliances and a potential risk to its economic and diplomatic ties with BRICS nations. Critics within the ANC argue that aligning with Ukraine, and by extension, the West, could jeopardize South Africa's trade opportunities with BRICS countries, particularly Russia and China. These nations are vital to South Africa's economic future, providing investment, trade partnerships, and support in key sectors such as energy and infrastructure. Ramaphosa's camp has also raised concerns that Schreiber's decision could disrupt South Africa's foreign policy coherence, further complicating its position on the global stage. While the ANC remains firmly committed to BRICS, the DA's move to align South Africa with Ukraine sends mixed signals to the international community, creating confusion about the nation's diplomatic priorities. As the ANC grapples with the fallout from Schreiber's decision, the political and public reaction in South Africa continues to intensify. Now the question is, how is the public responding to this growing division between the DA and ANC? The public reaction to Schreiber's visa-free decision has been polarizing, with left-leaning factions within the ANC condemning the move as a betrayal of South Africa's historical alliances. Many within the ANC view Russia as a longtime ally, citing its support during the anti-apartheid movement, and argue that South Africa's foreign policy should remain aligned with BRICS. The decision to grant visa-free access to Ukrainian diplomats has been interpreted as an attempt to undermine South Africa's position within BRICS, fueling fears that the country is drifting away from its traditional allies. At the same time, DA supporters have praised Schreiber's move, arguing that South Africa must distance itself from authoritarian regimes like Russia and embrace democratic values shared by Western nations. The DA has long criticized the ANC's close relationship with Russia, particularly in light of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and its violation of international law. Many DA supporters believe that aligning more closely with Ukraine and the West is the only way for South Africa to maintain its global standing and secure trade opportunities with Western economies. So, in the end, the decision to grant visa-free access to Ukrainian diplomats has exposed deep divisions within South Africa's government of national unity, particularly over foreign policy. The DA's push for closer ties with Western nations and Ukraine has clashed with the ANC's commitment to BRICS and its historical alliance with Russia. These divisions are threatening the stability of the GNU, with both parties unwilling to compromise on their respective positions. As the political rift widens, the future of South Africa's foreign alliances and the stability of its government remains uncertain. Where do you think South Africa should stand? What to expect from Russia after this move? Let us know in the comments section. Will this make things worse for South Africa? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: African politics, the economy, and increasing power. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.
Tell us what you think in the comment section. Like and share the video, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our African videos. It's the best way to support us.